It was evening time when, over the skies of Delhi, two aircraft carrying a total of 349 people were moving toward each other. One of these planes was about to land at Delhi airport, while the other had just taken off from Delhi. The pilots of both aircraft were receiving instructions from the same air traffic controller, and a vertical separation of 1,000 feet was maintained between them. Where did the mistake happen, and who was responsible? When both pilots were in contact with the air traffic controller and a proper gap existed between them, how did they still collide in such vast airspace? This is the tragic story of an accident that the world today knows as the worst mid-air collision. Once again, welcome to Real World Story Videos. Viewers, do you know that at every passing minute, between 15,000 and 25,000 aircraft are present in the sky? According to Flightradar, more than 100,000 flights land worldwide every single day. So the question arises, if so many aircraft are in the sky at all times, why don't they collide with each other? The answer is air traffic controllers and airways in the sky. Just as there are highways on the ground, there are imaginary airways in the sky. Air traffic controllers manage aircraft on these airways, each with its own rules. For example, the UM68 airway connects Europe with Asia. On this airway, eastbound flights, those going from Europe to Dubai and then to India and China, are assigned odd-numbered altitudes such as 35,000, 37,000, and 39,000 feet. On the same airway, westbound traffic flights returning to Europe are assigned even-numbered altitudes like 34,000, 36,000, and 38,000 feet. These altitude instructions are given to pilots by the air traffic controller of the respective region. In this way, thousands of aircraft safely cross each other in the sky every moment with a difference of 1,000 or 2,000 feet. This is completely normal. But what happened on the evening of the 12th of November 1996 over Delhi that caused two passenger-filled aircraft to collide? One aircraft was a Kazakhstan Airlines Ilyushin 76, which took off from Shin-Kant International Airport, Kazakhstan, at 3:55 p.m. Indian time. After a journey of 3.5 hours, it was scheduled to land at Delhi International Airport. It was a chartered flight carrying 27 passengers and 10 crew members, mostly merchants traveling to India for trade. On the other hand, a Saudi Airlines Boeing 747 had landed at Delhi Airport around the same time. After boarding passengers, it was scheduled to depart at 6 p.m. for Jeddah. Most of the passengers were Indian laborers working in Saudi Arabia. The Saudi aircraft carried a total of 312 people, 289 passengers, and 23 crew members. At first glance, these two flights seemed completely unrelated. Their origins were different, and their destinations were different. But the 349 people on board had no idea that within the next few hours, they would meet in the most horrifying way possible in this vast airspace. Around 2.5 hours later, at 6:23 p.m., Kazakhstan Airlines Flight 1907 reached the Lumka waypoint. Waypoints function much like intersections or roundabouts on roads, imaginary points where different airways cross and aircraft can change direction. Two airways are important here. One international airway ran from Kazakhstan to India, which Flight 1907 was using. The other airway, known as G452, connects India and China with the Gulf countries and was to be used by the Saudi Airlines flight from Delhi to Jeddah. These two airways intersect over Haryana at the Lumka waypoint, which lies about 328 kilometers west of Delhi Airport. Any aircraft landing in Delhi must transition from Lumka waypoint onto a smaller airway known as the Delhi Star route. At 6:23 p.m., when Flight 1907 reached Lumka waypoint, its crew contacted Delhi ATC and requested permission to join the Delhi Star route. At that time, they were flying at 25,000 feet. Delhi ATC cleared them to descend to flight level 200, or 20,000 feet. The aircraft left the international airway, joined the Delhi Star, and began descending. Meanwhile, at 6:32 p.m., Saudi Airlines Boeing 747 flight SV763 took off from Delhi after receiving clearance from a TC. The captain was 44-year-old Khalid Al-Shubaili, with First Officer Nazir Khan 39 and Flight Engineer Ahmed Idris 36. The crew was well rested, beginning their first flight after 70 hours of rest. After takeoff, ATC cleared the Saudi aircraft to climb to 10,000 feet. At that time, the Kazakhstan aircraft was about 137 kilometers away from Delhi. An important point here is that both aircraft were now on the same Delhi star route, moving toward each other. Both crews were communicating with the same Delhi ATC controller, reportedly named VK Dutta. His responsibility was to keep the two aircraft separated by assigning them different altitudes. At 6:34 p.m., Dutta instructed the Kazakhstan aircraft to descend to 15,000 feet. 2 minutes later, at 6:36 p.m., he cleared the Saudi aircraft to climb from 10,000 to 14,000 feet. Both aircraft were now on the same flight path, head-on with only a 1,000-foot vertical separation. At 6:38 p.m., the Saudi crew reported that they had reached 14,000 feet and requested further climb clearance. Since the Kazakhstan aircraft was supposed to cross above them with a 1,000-foot gap, Dutta instructed the Saudi aircraft to hold at 14,000 feet. The Saudi first officer acknowledged, Saudi SV-763 will maintain 140 meaning 14,000 feet. Now, an important detail about the Kazakhstan flight. Its crew spoke only Russian. Therefore, radio operator was on board, whose job was to translate English ATC instructions into Russian for the pilots. At 6:39 p.m., the Kazakhstan aircraft reported that it had descended to 15,000 feet. At that moment, Dutta warned them, identified traffic at 12 o'clock. Reciprocal, Saudi Boeing 747 at 10 miles. Likely to cross in another 5 miles. Report if in sight. This meant that a Saudi Boeing 747 was coming straight toward them, about 10 nautical miles away, and would cross their path shortly. However, the radio operator did not fully understand the message and asked for clarification. Dutta then said, traffic is at 8 miles, level 140, meaning 14,000 feet. The radio operator acknowledged the message and said they were looking for the traffic. Less than 30 seconds later, Delhi ATC received another transmission, this time from a U.S. Air Force cargo aircraft nearby, reporting that they had just seen a massive explosion in the sky. Dutta immediately tried to contact both the Saudi and Kazakhstan flights, but there was no response. Tragically, the two aircraft had already collided. The left wing of the Kazakhstan aircraft struck the left wing of the Saudi Boeing 747, severing both wings. The Boeing 747 spiraled downward. Its wing on fire broke apart mid-air and crashed at supersonic speed near Dani village in Haryana. The Kazakhstan Ilyushin, missing half a wing and part of its vertical stabilizer, went into a flat spin and crashed near Bairahar village. All ***, 349 people *** on board both aircraft lost their lives. The news shocked the entire world, and media headlines everywhere asked the same question. If there was a 1,000-foot gap, how did the planes collide? The investigation revealed that when the Kazakhstan crew reported being at 15,000 feet, they were actually at 16,348 feet and still descending. The instruction to hold at 15,000 feet was either misunderstood or incorrectly translated. Instead of leveling off, the aircraft ascended further to 14,000 feet, the same altitude as the Saudi aircraft. Translation delays, misunderstanding of English instructions, and failure to hold the assigned altitude all played a role. Investigators also found fault with ATC, because when two aircraft are on the same flight path but in opposite directions, a 2,000-foot separation is required. However, only 1,000 feet was maintained. Additionally, at that time, Delhi ATC radar could display aircraft position, but not altitude. This disaster became a turning point in aviation history. It led to mandatory installation of TCA's traffic collision avoidance system on commercial aircraft, stricter English language proficiency requirements for pilots, and the installation of advanced radar systems capable of displaying both distance and altitude. We hope you liked and shared this video. Thank you for your love and comments. See you again in the next exciting video.